Hello and welcome. I'm really glad you're here. We're going to talk about something that's, well, it's incredibly difficult. It's a painful, confusing dynamic that just seems to defy all logic. So let's just create a quiet space of understanding as we dive into this together. This is the question, isn't it? The one that just sits in your heart and echoes in your head, and it can make you feel like you're going crazy. I mean, you can be brilliant, self-aware, completely aware of the damage someone did, and still, you miss them. I just want to start by saying that experience is real, it's valid, and you are absolutely not alone in feeling it.
So the answer to this impossible question? It doesn't lie in some failure of your character or your strength or your logic, not at all. The answer is actually in your brain chemistry. Let's get into the science of what's really going on here.
What you've likely been experiencing is something called a trauma bond, and it's so important that we define this right. This isn't just a simple emotional attachment or a bad choice. It's a powerful biochemical addiction, and it's as real and compelling as any chemical dependency. Let's be perfectly clear about something. Your brain is not failing you. It hasn't failed. It's actually been trained. Through a very specific repeating cycle of intense highs and lows, it has been chemically conditioned to crave a person and a situation that is fundamentally dangerous to you.
So this is where we see the tragic mix-up that happens in the brain. On one side, you have the biochemical roller coaster of a trauma bond. You get these incredible addictive highs from a dopamine rush. That's the brain's reward chemical, whenever there's a reconciliation. But then it's followed by these crushing, stressful lows from a cortisol flood. That's the main stress hormone during the abuse. It's completely unpredictable and chaotic. Now compare that to real intimacy, which is stable, calm, consistent. The brain, caught in all that chaos, tragically mistakes the sheer intensity of the addiction cycle for the profound intimacy of a secure bond.
And look, this biochemical addiction, it doesn't just happen by accident. It's actually the predictable outcome of a deliberate three-stage process of psychological manipulation. It's designed to create this exact kind of dependency. So let's break down how this addiction gets built. You can see it follows this very distinct three-stage pattern. First, there's idealization. That's the bait. Then comes devaluation, the poison. And finally, it all culminates in the discard, which feels like withdrawal. Okay, stage one. This is often called love bombing, and it feels like a fairy tale. This person seems like your perfect soulmate. But what's really happening is a highly calculated process called mirroring. See, they aren't falling in love with you. They're studying you. They're learning your deepest hopes and your biggest vulnerabilities so they can reflect them back to you perfectly. And you'll hear things just like this, phrases that feel like the deepest connection you've ever had. But really, it's a strategy. Every single one is designed to light up the reward centers in your brain, releasing that dopamine and creating a powerful addiction to their validation, to their approval. This is the hardest truth of the stage. While you are genuinely falling in love, you're actually being assessed. The goal here isn't partnership. It's to secure what's known as a source of supply. Basically, a reliable fountain of attention, admiration, and emotional energy. And then, once they're sure you're hooked, the shift begins. It's slow, it's insidious. The very same person who puts you on a pedestal starts to slowly poison your sense of self-worth, your sense of reality. That perfect mirror starts to crack. The tactics are subtle at first, right? Little criticisms disguised as help, jokes that sting a little too much. Then comes the escalating gaslighting to make you doubt what you see and hear. But the most powerful tool of all is intermittent reinforcement, giving you just enough warmth, just enough of that good person again to keep you desperately chasing that initial high. And this is how they dismantle your reality. You become the problem. Your memory is suddenly faulty. Your emotions are an overreaction. This systematic erosion of your own sanity is designed to make you more confused, more dependent, and honestly, easier to control. You know, you can think of it this way. It's the exact same principle that makes a slot machine so addictive. You just keep pulling that lever, hoping for the jackpot of affection that you got in the beginning. You never know when the next reward is coming, so you just keep trying, keep hoping, and you end up sacrificing more and more of yourself to get back to a beginning that sadly was never real. And then it ends, often with a shocking, unbelievable coldness. The discard is that final stage, when the abuser decides you are no longer a useful resource for them. It is so vital that you understand this part.
The discard does not happen because you did something wrong or because you weren't good enough. It happens because you are exhausted, you're hurt, you're questioning everything, and you just can't provide that endless stream of admiration anymore. It was never about you. It was always about what you could provide for them.
But this is where the power shifts back to you. Understanding this cycle isn't just some academic exercise. Knowledge is the antidote. It's your shield, and it is the very first step on the path toward healing, which we can really think of as a detoxification.
Please let this one sink in. You weren't foolish. You weren't weak for falling for it. You were human. You were open to love. You were trusting. You were hopeful. These are beautiful human qualities, not character flaws. The manipulation was just that sophisticated and that deliberate. It was designed to exploit those very qualities. You know, framing your healing journey as a detoxification can be incredibly powerful because you are, in fact, withdrawing from a very potent biochemical addiction. This explains why it feels so physically and emotionally painful. It explains the confusion, the cravings, and it shows why it requires this conscious, deliberate process of reclaiming your mind and your own reality.
And when you miss them, when those good memories come flooding back, try to think of them as phantom pains. You know, like the echoes of a connection that's been severed. The pain feels real, of course it does, but the limb is gone. Acknowledging these feelings as part of the withdrawal, rather than a sign that you should go back, is a huge step forward. This is what I really want you to take away from all of this. The abuser's greatest weapon has always been your confusion. The cycle's power is in its invisibility. But you're seeing it now. You understand the bait, the poison, the withdrawal. And by seeing the pattern for what it is, you take back the power. You can break it. You are not the person they tried to make you believe you were. You are the person who survived this, who is learning, and who will never, ever be fooled by a false mirror again. The journey from here isn't about them anymore. It's about your return. It's time to welcome yourself back.